Hello, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about housing. Housing and gardens. So, I really have neglected this area for a little bit. And so, I wanted to do some reviews of the homes and give you some ideas on how to make it more accessible if you live by yourself, if you live by with your partner, that you can get some ideas. It doesn't have to be a lot of money. The presentation that I had um, was, you know, um, for one person in tiny homes, but we're going to make this for small spaces. So here is one model. Of course, it's like a porch, but it has a step there. So I don't know if it's a step or a drain. Let's hope it's a drain. But the reason why I put this model up is because it has good lighting outside. So for when you arrive home, you're coming back from work or whatever it is, that it's so good and so important to have some lighting outside your home. So consider that that might cost you $50, to put in those lights in front of your home. So it's nice and bright when you get home, and to leave on some lights for when you go to bed. This is an interior site of a small space, small house, small apartment, and this is what I have been talking about. Just leave that corridor, that space just open so you can, go back and forth with your wheelchair without any obstacles. You can put like a little couch that has there on the right. For you, it'd be on the right. And if the kitchen is driving you crazy that the counters are too high, then you want to get a table, an extra little table that is good for you to chop vegetables, or get a vegetable chopper, and do it that way. But you can get an extra little table that is best for you to be able to cook, or to be able to use um, uh, uh, a board, and chop your vegetables there, or your meats, or whatever you're doing. And you could use on that table. I'm afraid of ovens. I'm always afraid to fall in the oven. So I either use one of those small toasters that are good for cooking a lot of things, or I use forgetting the words here. Um, Well, I'll get back to it. I'll put it on the screen. I know it's coming. So so that's one model. But let's take a look at this model that's not all down the hall. It has a nice space when you're entering, kind of a square open, but in this picture, in this model, it looks like it has a rug. And I never recommend rugs. I would remove that rug. So, but otherwise it looks nice. It's got the couches there, and good aesthetics for that. So, and if you have a chimney, you can decorate it whichever way you want. But that is an awesome space. Here on the next one, it is uh, a kitchen area, and it has a nice L shape, which is very, very comfortable for those who have wheelchairs. You can see the bedroom in the back, so there's no obstacles there to get back and forth. So that is one. And again, if the counters are too high, get a table, and that shouldn't cost you much. I want to switch over to gardens, because the gardens, if you're a landlord and you want to put a little pizzazz to your apartment, your accessible apartment, either in the back or the side, You can get these pans that are plastic apparently, but they look durable. The problem is when they construct them on stilts, and the stilts are made out of wood. After a while, they rot and it collapses, and you don't want that for the tenant. So this would be awesome. Or for you, if you want to purchase a nice accessible garden for yourself. This is another way to do it. It is kind of like a box down below, looks strong, and then you put up on top the garden where you're going to hold your dirt and your plants, and that might be also a safe way to do it. The key here is safe. Here's another model. It does have stilts, but as long as it's a log type and it is strong and it's painted to protect it from the humidity, that would be awesome. Here is another model, the U shape, what I call the U shape, and it's comfortable. You don't have to reach, and it is sturdy. It's standing, it's sturdy, and there's no danger for yourself or the tenants. I don't think I did show this one. Yes, on the stilts one. So we're gonna change over here. Now this one is a fancier type, but it leaves a little uncomfortability for the wheelchair to go underneath. So, but it is accessible. It is accessible. So you want to take a look at that model and see if you want to do that one or the previous models. But that is all I wanted to say in terms of housing and gardens. I'm hoping that this brief video is good for you, that it helps, and that will give you some ideas, or that the idea that's placed in there is an excellent one. And you want to do projects that you can afford, because you don't want to go over budget and say, oops. You really wanna do it one thing at a time. Now, certain gardens, depending on the materials, can be a little expensive. So, I do warn you about that, but hopefully, a plastic sturdy model, will be the most helpful, um, of them all. So, but we tried a raised garden here, and it just collapsed after a couple of months. It wasn't strong enough to hold what we really wanted. It was on like stilts. The legs were too narrow, and after a few months, it just rotted and fell down. So anyhow, that is what I wanted to present. I'm hoping this gives you some good, excellent ideas, and um, that you can uh, go back and forth with your partner, or with yourself, write some ideas down, and see what kind of changes you want to make to your space. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye.